Welcome back to another episode of the Wild Faith Podcast. I am joined today by two special guests, Eric Clements and Joe Frankson. And it's the tail end of Goose Fest this year, so
It's been slowly dwindling every year.
yeah, the numbers have been shrinking, but
We're here.
we're doing it. So
Yeah, we're doing it.
yeah, and it was it started off pretty hot this weekend.
Yeah, we did a little scouting Friday.
Yep.
Scouting was, you got your fields that you typically have for early season. We did a little scouting there. Not all of them had geese in them, but one did, and so we jumped on top of that and got permission for that first hunt on Friday evening.
Yep.
Was that the only field you guys saw geese on? The 100?
No, there's another one, but couldn't get permission on that one.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same owner?
No,
No.
different guy.
Yep.
Yeah. So we got permission for that field and got in there. Definitely got in there way too early.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with it being so hot, I mean, they don't usually fly typically. I feel like until like
Well,
Right at the end.
closer to shooting time.
that was the coolest part, though, is when you guys kept saying 6 o'clock they'll be here,
Yep.
and then 5:55 we're like, we should probably go on our blinds and whatnot, and
And then
as soon as we walk through the
Start
blinds,
hearing
we're
the
like,
honks.
there they are.
There they are. Like clockwork.
Yeah. It's awesome when it works like that.
Yeah. Yep.
if only it worked out every time like that.
Yeah.
You guaranteed birds, and we got some.
I did not guarantee this. Something I've learned doing this is Goose Fest is you have people that come down, they want to shoot geese. I don't ever guarantee. I guarantee beer and food and a sleeping area. And that's it.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
And hunting.
And hunting.
Yeah,
I mean,
you guarantee the hunting.
they wouldn't call it hunting if you didn't.
If you kill birds every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah. So give us a quick kind of your early season scouting. Like, what are you looking for?
Well, to be honest, I do a lot of bow hunting.
Yeah.
So I like deer hunting more, but it's one of the things when I moved down here that I ended up getting into more goose hunting, just because there's a lot more geese, especially more field goose hunting here than there is in the La Crosse area. But usually, typically, I have a friend that I kind of team up with, and we kind of just pick certain fields that we usually get permission for, and we kind of go around there, and then on top of that, we kind of circle around other fields, kind of just see, if we're getting, birds in other fields around there. Typically, I think about a month out, we usually start scouting. If we find a field that has geese in it, we'll try and get permission for it. If we can't, we'll try and get something close to it.
Sure.
But that's typically how it goes, like a month out. I'm not always the best at, getting out for that straight month before. Busy life.
Oh,
Got a lot of different things going on. But, I know my buddy Ben that was hunting with us. He puts a lot of miles on his truck.
Yeah. Scouting.
Scouting.
Yep.
Well, he's right there too.
Yeah, he's right in the
by a
middle
lot
of
of
it.
the fields.
So it's kind of, after dinner, I know he'll go out and do some scouting, especially early season, just to kind of see what's out there. But that's typically how, it's not rocket science, I feel like. It's hunting. They're birds.
Yep. What's that time of the year, when you kind of see that shift of not just hunting local birds, but you get the migrators start
I
pushing?
feel like you got to get a cold front typically. Usually, I want to say like mid-October, maybe getting into later October when you start, obviously like I said, the bow hunting's good, so it's not always the time I usually get out there, but
Well, that's always the hard part.
It's
the best duck hunting, goose hunting.
yeah,
deer
they're all
hunting
happening at the same
Same
time.
time.
I feel like that's when you start getting, but like early season is a lot of local birds. They haven't been shot at,
Right.
all off season, and so a lot of the times they are usually easier to predict. I feel like what they're going to be doing, but yeah, when you start getting those other birds flying from Canada and all of these other places, they start learning, especially as the season goes on. Oh, there's A-frames out in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
You used to be able to get away with that, early season.
Yep.
In like a chopped cornfield or
Those
something.
geese
like that.
down there aren't moving.
Yeah. They'll figure it out, but that's typically.
So you switch to layouts then? Or what do you?
Typically, that's what we've kind of went back and forth. It's when you have Goose Fest and you have a bunch of people coming down, I don't have like a blind for everybody.
You don't?
No, I'm not a guide service, basically.
Not yet.
Not yet. I don't think I'd ever want to be, to be honest.
Yeah.
But so A-frames are kind of just a good way to get people out hunting. You can all sit together, you can all have conversation. That's what I love about bird hunting, is just the fact that it's more camaraderie.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of got Goose Fest together, because it's a fun thing to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, up in La Crosse, there's not always a lot of field goose hunting, so it's kind of different when you see 25, 30 geese all locked up coming into your spread. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And then so kind of turning that conversation over towards La Crosse. That's where you're from.
Yep.
Born and raised.
Born and raised, never left.
Still there. Still local. You'll find them at the Alpine Inn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, giving his location away now, Eric. Be careful.
That's true. Well, you said La Crosse, so you'll find Joey there.
Yeah.
So I'll be in the woods somewhere. Out there.
Yeah. So you started. Eric kind of got into hunting through you, correct?
A
little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that your family, not your dad.
My cousin. Yeah, my family doesn't really hunt.
Yeah.
I'm one of 7, and I definitely started hunting. I mean, because of you, like initially.
Yeah. You were in on it a little bit though through your cousins and whatnot.
Yeah, my cousin is my cousin that I hunt with now, especially for deer. I've been with him. We've been since. I mean, it's always every year we think about it. It's like, holy crap! It's been this many years since we started hunting together. So Joey kind of got the itch going, and then through that, my dad doesn't hunt. And none of my family members really hunted. A lot of my uncles did. So that's how I kind of got in touch. My dad said, "Hey, go hunt with your cousin." Asked, if he could take me, and that's when it kind of just blossomed more.
Now you got Jack too. That he hunts.
My younger brother Jack. He didn't. He started a little bit, wasn't really into it in high school, and then ever since he's got out of high school, a lot of his friends have been more into it. So it's nice having another brother that actually hunts and you can actually have conversation with. And he sometimes brings his friends down here and we do Goose Fest 2.0.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, Joey kind of started at least the edge just because we used to hang out. We've known each other since we were in preschool, but I know Joey probably has a little bit more of that. Probably your dad took over.
Well, my grandfather, my dad's dad, he's the one, he hunted. He was a duck hunter and fisherman.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up, my dad was, mostly fishing, but a lot of duck hunting.
Yep.
And when I was younger, and when we were younger, he would take us out duck hunting.
Yep.
If we were at the right age, I don't know.
We were 12, Joe.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's changed though now. The mentorship program, they used to not have that when we were growing up, I feel like.
Well, we had to get our hunter safety at 11.
Sounds right.
Wasn't it? And at 12, we could hunt with, dad or a brother that was over 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if that was till 2 years with that? Or is it 1?
I think it was, Minnesota, I think was, what I can't remember the ages, but at the point you could sit, carry a gun with your, dad, whoever
and
it
could
is.
they have a gun with them? Your
I think
dad?
so.
Yeah.
And then the next year, I think you could go by yourself, technically.
Like at 16 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. It's it's changed now. I feel like they're trying to get a lot more younger hunters into it because
that's good.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
But when we were going, we had a couple friends. We all just took a hunter safety class together.
Yeah.
Some of us did better than others. We all thought Joey was going to be a student role model, a good role model.
I remember the class and the test and the field test, and me and another friend, I think Josh.
Yeah.
I think we almost failed it because
he's a great hunter now.
I aced it. The field test I aced, except for we were waiting in line to shoot. And we didn't have a gun or nothing, but we were just messing around with each other.
Yeah.
And they almost kicked us up because of that.
Ah, okay.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Joey.
But the field test I aced.
Yeah.
The written test, I don't know if I failed or almost failed.
Tests
But
weren't your
they had
thing.
to
Let's put it that way.
Huh?
Tests weren't your thing.
No, they never have been. But they had to pull my dad aside and have a talk with him to let him know, like, your son, I don't know, he failed or just barely passed. So you might want to go through a few of these things with him.
But that's the whole
Don't let him go by himself. Right?
yeah. That's the whole part of mentoring, though. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you're not going to learn everything in one class.
I mean,
Yeah,
all the
right.
years we've been hunting, knock on wood, but no one's got hurt.
I would hope so.
Yeah, no one's been shot at or. That's a good one. So, like, we all know what it's like now when I do, like, shootouts on the farm to play pigeons or something, I have a talk with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, if you don't know how to shoot, I will show you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do a safe thing where I'm there and it's just you shooting for practice and whatnot or for fun. But I also say, it's like, if I see anybody point a gun at anybody on accident, you're done.
Yep.
You're done. You're gone.
Yep.
I said that because I do it with, like, Tom and I, and then
Gotta do a little fear for them.
some friends that we have, and then my friends' friends.
Yep.
And I don't know them.
Right.
So
right. No, that's.
I gotta let them know, like, one wrong move and you can end someone's life.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Right.
No.
And if everyone's safe and you can have a fun time,
Mm-hmm. So, like, when you guys were young, getting into hunting after, hunter safety, was it mostly deer hunting or waterfowl?
It was both.
Kind of both, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bow hunting.
Yeah.
It was gun hunting. 'Cause my dad never bow hunted.
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot. I don't know how I got into bow hunting. Actually.
Honestly, I don't really know either. To be honest, I can't remember.
I was shooting bows when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
and I remember Peter when he came
I
up.
think Peter was probably.
He shot bows before I did,
Mm.
Yeah.
but I was shooting bows to hunt. He was shooting it for competition.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yep.
So I remember when he got up, he got in the hunting with us and whatnot, and he was no sights. Is what he grew up on.
Sure. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
And when we gave him sight, how to show him everything, how to do it and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the funny thing. Like right now, I grew up hunting probably before you guys, and I did a lot of it more. And growing up, I was the guy that they would come to for like this or that.
Yep.
But now it's like turned,
Sure.
and these guys are more into hunting. They're doing more different kinds of hunts. I used to be the best bow archer.
Not
And
anymore.
Now Eric and Peter are like outdid me by a lot.
Yeah.
And then when we went shooting, you outshoot me too. And
Yep.
like when we were growing up, I was
That
the
would
guy
never
that
happen.
I was.
I was awful at archery, to be honest.
Yeah.
I still am.
Yeah.
Hey, pretty good.
But it was always like Peter was always trying to beat me.
Yeah.
But now it's like
And it wasn't
I don't
even
shoot
close.
anymore.
I was never even around for half those competitions just because of the fact that I just was not good. So.
yeah.
For sure. So I mean, like, now looking forward to kind of this fall. What are your plans, Joe, as far as hunting kind of goes? Like, what are you going to be going after?
Well, I mean, that's always the hard part because I live on a beautiful piece of property.
Yes.
And I can easily deer hunt whenever.
Yeah. Walk out your door.
Yes. And that's what I like doing.
Yep.
But over the last few years, I got back into duck hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter duck hunts a lot. And
Yep.
I got a neighbor friend that duck hunts more than he bow hunts.
There you go.
So I got people to go duck hunting. I like duck hunting. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah.
It's a camaraderie. I love that.
It
Yeah,
is.
it seriously is.
Yeah.
You're not sitting in a stand just like
Silent.
I love deer hunting, but duck hunting, goose hunting, it has its different perks.
For
I would
sure.
say.
Yeah.
But my plan every year is shoot a big buck early.
Yeah. It's a good goal.
Yeah, then I can go duck hunting from there on out.
That's the thing. Is once it, like you said, once the goose hunting or duck hunting gets good, I love the rut.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
The rut is fun. But like today, like this weekend, if I didn't come here, I probably would have gone bow hunting because my camera, it's got those digital, and all.
Sun cams. Yeah.
So
I got deer out there in the daylight. I'm like, oh man, I should be
Should
there.
be in the tree.
Yeah.
That's always saying you can do one thing, you should think
Yeah.
you should be over there. So I go duck hunting with Peter, and Tom or Mike from back home call me and say, "Hey, you up bow hunting?" I'm like, "No, I'm duck hunting." It's like, "Oh, you really should be bow hunting right now." I'm like,
Can never win.
shut up.
Yeah. Right. For sure.
You can't win.
So a lot of deer hunting, some duck hunting this year.
Yeah, Probably mostly deer hunting.
Yep.
For time wise. Because I don't have anything for duck hunting except
Yeah.
for gun, bullets, waders.
So I mean,
You know, well, I know.
yeah.
Peter's got the bow and the decoys.
Yeah.
I had decoys, but I gave him to Peter.
Sure.
He's the one that will use them.
Yeah.
So mostly, I don't know.
Yeah. See what the
It's
fall
a
brings.
day by day game
Yeah.
time decision.
Yeah.
So like right now, like Peter and I, we have 2 weekends set where we put in our calendars where we're gonna go duck hunting.
Nice.
Um,
So with that, are
Yeah.
you? I mean, you're obviously hunting the Mississippi. What are you like? Where are you guys? Not specifically, but like what sort of things are you looking for when you're scouting or like, okay, this is going to be a good spot?
well, I just go off for Peter.
Yeah.
You know, Peter does all that. I'm just a ride for I'm the fun guy.
Yeah. You're along for the ride.
Yeah. You know, but we have spots that we like to hit.
Yeah.
It's usually like if someone's there, we'll just go around this corner then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that looks like a good spot.
Yep.
I don't do any scouting.
Okay.
I'm assuming
I don't even know-
Peter
I don't even
probably
know.
does.
I'd have to ask him.
Well,
I
I have
don't
to have
know.
him on talk waterfowl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
true.
Yeah, but if I was going out, I would pick a spot with a sandy bottom.
Yeah.
Just so
the
it's
mud's not musky.
Easier,
Yeah.
easier to get out there and do stuff.
Dream scenario.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I hate those spots. Foot
You're
deep,
like-
you step in, you're 3 feet deep.
Yeah. Barely getting through, right?
It's a workout.
I might as well take the waders off and just swim out there.
Might get a little cold.
might not work when it's November.
when it gets cold out, it might be a little different.
For sure.
Difficult.
You guys find quite a bit. Like, I mean, Mississippi is obviously a big flyway and a target for a lot of, duck hunters. You guys run into a lot of people when you're getting out in the morning, or you guys have your kind of spots that are kind of those hidden gems.
I've had it, or like a northern area of the cross area, where there's like not many people out there.
Sure.
Last year we had 2 days in a row where someone was in that same spot,
Yeah.
and they're out of state plates on the truck.
Sure.
You know, one truck in the parking lot, out of state plates, and there's that guy, and they're in our spot.
Yeah.
And the next day, same truck, they beat us there again.
Yeah.
It's like, he's probably in that spot again.
Yeah,
you
right.
know? But go down south and like Goose area,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot more people
Okay.
down there, and usually there's always trucks and. So people got their lights out. It's like I'm over here. I'm like, oh, we're not going there.
Right.
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 But yeah.
Yeah.
I never had an issue with too many people.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
And and as far as what kind of I know you said Pete's got the decoys, but what do you guys kind of put out there for a spread?
Couple dozen.
Yeah.
Usually, like how we make the spread?
Well, or just you throw out a couple dozen, kind of a mixed bag of different species
Yeah.
for decoys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mallards,
Yep.
Drake hen,
Yep.
teal sometimes, and
Mhm.
teal and wood duck sometimes, and
Okay.
then I don't even know what other kinds.
Okay.
The lucky duck.
Yeah.
Lucky
That's
duck.
always there with us.
Yep. The spinner.
The what?
The
Spinners.
Wings.
Oh yeah. Peter's got 2 of those, I think, that
Okay.
we use. But that's different too. Where some people say that scares them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it does or not.
I don't know. I don't do enough. Feel like waterfall. I know, like when it comes to goose hunting, kind of same thing. People are like, "Oh, it scares the geese if you have all these these duck spinners out there.
Mhm.
You're trying to go for like geese and ducks out in the fields." But to be honest, I don't know. I mean, they have remotes on them,
Everybody
so like
has-
sometimes if
You
geese
just
are
turn 'em off.
circling, or you just turn them off real quick and.
Everyone has their
Sure.
own opinion on all
Everything.
that.
Yeah.
Joe,
Yeah.
he's got a-
Are they right or wrong? I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't care either, really.
I'm there for a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
Obviously, you want to shoot some birds and whatnot, but just sitting out there drinking coffee, chatting.
Yep.
You
Having
know.
a good time.
Yeah, that's kind of what we did this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest,
Well, I know it's hot, which makes it tough.
it does. And one of the setups, could we have been better? Make some find adjustments for
Mhm.
trying to get birds to actually land in But they're animals. They have the mind of their own, so they're not gonna do it perfect every time. And sometimes you have to make those fine adjustments to maybe have things
pull them in a little closer.
Yeah. Once again, you don't think a spinner is working out in the middle when you're duck hunting the Mississippi.
Change
Change it up, pull it, whatever.
Yeah.
For sure.
It'd be a lot easier if every bird did it perfect, but
no,
they won't.
No, exactly.
I'm also like I don't want to throw too many decoys out there.
You gotta go get them.
I know. Yeah, I gotta go pick them up.
Joey.
I'm a lazy hunter. I'll say it.
Yeah. So, any out of state plans this year? I know you did some snow geese hunting last year, but
Yeah, that was somewhere out west, south of the Dakotas. I forget where. I think it was like a 10, 11-hour drive. I can't remember where, but
Joey wasn't driving, obviously.
I wasn't driving, no. But surprisingly, I stayed awake the whole trip.
wow.
Yeah, Joey has a bad habit of falling asleep. Maybe at the wheel sometimes.
Yeah, not fun.
For
Yeah.
sure.
But that they do that every year, and it's
Snow
something.
goose?
Yeah, it's something I would want to do again.
Yeah.
It was fun. Those guys liked me. So they invited
Well,
me. They invited me back. You
That's
know?
always a good
Yeah.
thing.
But it's my buddy from Illinois' friends, and his friend's dad owns outfitters there.
Okay.
Oh, he does? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like a guiding service.
Yeah, not like here, though.
No, no, they know what they're doing. But yeah, and there was like 12, 15 of us, and it was like a beautiful place where we were staying. Deer mounts everywhere, big living room, like 12 bedrooms.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nice. And it was on the guy's farm.
Sure.
And yeah, I hope I get to do it again.
Yeah.
It's all time.
Yeah.
Figure out
Fit
time.
it in.
Yeah,
You guys went February? You said.
I think so.
Yeah.
Right.
I can go.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
So if you need, moral of the story: if you need to kidnap Joey, just drive him around for about 10, 11 hours.
You won't know.
You won't know where you are, where you're going, what
Drop
you're
me-
doing.
And now you know what bar he's at.
Yeah.
Drop me off like just downtown lacrosse after a 10-hour drive, and I'll be like, "Where am I?"
You probably would.
Where am I?
Oh, jeez, Joey.
Gotta love it.
Yep.
You excited for deer season, though?
Oh,
Like,
man.
gun season.
Well, gun season too.
That's
gonna
just
be different
That's your
this
bread
year.
and butter.
Mm-hmm.
It is, but I enjoy bow hunting more.
Yeah.
Being out there in the bow, it's more scent control and usually not hungover.
Yeah.
But gun hunting is just, I've been doing that before I could walk, really.
Yeah.
And just friends, family, all from all over come in.
Yeah. Deer camp.
You got friends that you don't see. They live in lacrosse, and you don't see all year until deer season.
Sure.
And it's just fun to see them. And
Catch up.
yeah.
Yep.
Great food.
Well, and you guys have kind of like one of the, like if someone pictures like Wisconsin deer camp, it almost is.
That's what it is.
It is, yeah. Well, and it's you got it on your arm there, but
got
like
it
the
right here.
cabin. Yep. So tell us a little bit about the cabin.
The cabin.
We have to do an episode from the cabin sometime.
We do.
Yeah.
We do got to do that. That would be awesome.
That'd be sweet.
We'll need some more lights somehow, though.
Yeah, during the day.
Yeah.
All right,
There you
open the
go.
door.
Just open the door up a little bit.
Yeah. So there's no lights in the cabin.
No lights. It's literally one room. I think they think it was built in 1854.
Pre-Civil War.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They found it on our property. My great grandfather, who bought the farm, found it way out back, and he moved it to close to where it is now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they moved it there. Then when my dad got into the picture, because this is my mom's family and whatnot,
Yeah.
when my dad got into the picture, he moved it 20 feet back
Okay.
and then added the deck, the front deck.
Ah.
So
okay.
the front deck wasn't there. He
Okay.
added that.
Yep.
I don't know when that was. I don't know if it was alive or not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not. But that cabin is just, it's so cool. No electricity, no nothing,
No plumbing.
no plumbing. We got an outhouse now. My dad and I built an outhouse for it, I don't know, 10 years ago or so.
Okay.
And we did it because all the old guys, they said,
You need somewhere.
Getting tired of leaning up against a tree to take a crap.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, let's do something about
Yeah.
that.
Fix that, yeah.
So that's the newest addition.
Yeah. Need the outhouse for
Yeah.
sure.
My dad and I made it, and it's cool because outside he made it all rustic,
Mm-hmm.
and then the inside all the wood's
Stained and
varnished and sanded down and
Fancy.
whatnot. And then the roof, he put a bunch of dirt on it and grass seed.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
No, you can't really see it.
Are you gonna put a goat up there too then?
Just a little square. Goat had all that eaten up in 10 minutes.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, just candlelight, and then we got propane.
Very romantic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What is it? Propane lanterns, is what we call them?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Propane lanterns. We got one propane lantern and then candles on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got the wood burning stove in there.
Wood burning stove.
Oh, it gets hot in there.
Oh.
Yeah, it could be. Well, we've done Squirrel Fest out there.
Yeah.
It's very, very cold, like in the negatives, and
Yeah.
you're walking outside in your underwear because it's so hot in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like crack the door open, it's too hot in here.
Yeah, for sure.
But if that fire died down,
It'd be cool.
it'd get cold right away.
Really
There's
quick.
no insulation.
No, there
There's
isn't.
holes everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the thing with sleeping over there. The couple times I've done it, it's always like, especially during the winter, it's like someone needs to get up and at least put a log or two on the fire.
Yeah.
'Cause if no
It's
one
gonna
gets
be
out of their
cold.
sleeping bags, it's gonna be cold in the morning, and no one's gonna want to get out.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm on the bottom bunk now, and it's cooler down there.
Yeah.
So if I get up, I stoke it.
Yeah.
Everybody hears
Everyone up in the line.
It's like,
Hear
don't
me-
do it,
Joe. Hear me
Joe.
open. It's like, Joe, just one. I'm like, okay. Full.
I was gonna say.
I get like red hot for a while there, and then you'll have like 10 minutes where it's like nice, and then it starts to cool off again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fine art getting that.
It is.
Uh-huh.
You end up.
But
Back from the break,
yeah.
Eric, what do you got going on for this fall?
Oh boy. Kind of like Joey. I take it week by week.
See what the weather's
You see what the weather's doing.
Yeah.
We're not those
During-
hardcore hunters that are like, out there constantly for a week.
There's people that I feel like there's some people that are strictly like, I only duck hunt, I only goose hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you
We do everything.
yeah.
What?
Just
It's a little bit of everything. A little bit of deer, a little bit of waterfowl.
Yeah. So usually.
when did you start bow hunting here?
So yeah, that's the one thing. It's been really difficult because like growing up, I really loved bow hunting, especially with my cousin. And when I lived in La Crosse, I went to school in La Crosse. It was constantly, I could just go hunting. 30 minutes, and drive to my stand, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah.
And then when I moved down here, I didn't really have any private property. There's always public, but that's a different animal sometimes in itself.
For sure.
And then just through moving down here and meeting some people, I ended up getting more into goose hunting. So that kind of for a couple of years took up more of my time. But then through getting permission for properties that we had to, goose hunt, I ended up asking one of the farmers if I could bow hunt. And he gave me permission. So I've actually, the last year was my first year getting permission. I didn't get into like October, but it was nice because that's the one thing I really enjoy doing. And so I'm happy I have a place that now I can just drive 15 minutes down the road and go in the
Otherwise,
tree.
you're driving hours home.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's difficult because, I know you guys had like your wives on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of time.
It's a lot of time away, and although that I love hunting, you also it's a give and take relationship when you're married, and so sometimes
I don't know that.
sometimes you have to spend time closer to home, and maybe you don't get to go hunting that day that you want to because they have plans. And so that's just something you have to acknowledge, and that's why we're able to do what we're able to do. But this year I'm hoping to do a lot more bow hunting. I have cameras out. I probably should honestly maybe move some of them because I've been getting a lot of pictures of does, maybe not so much bucks. Like I said, I had it last year, so I don't know if it's just the time frame. I didn't put cameras up until October last year, and this year I actually put them on in August. And and so I've been getting a lot of does, a couple bucks here and there, nothing big, but I think I'll have to do a little bit more scouting and see if there's maybe another area to kind of put a camera.
Yeah,
on.
once kind of
That's kind of my plan is do a little bit of early goose hunting, maybe get a duck hunt in here or there with friends up in the cross. If I go up there, I know we're doing Pheasant Fest. We're starting that out.
Yeah, year one.
Year one.
Pressure's on.
Yeah, you don't make guarantees. That's what you got to do.
I'll guarantee birds.
Okay, all right. Let's put it on the record.
We got some pretty good spots this year, and we got still our honey holes that kind of always usually produce. And I kind of purposely scheduled it for opener, so we should be on.
That weekend is opener.
Yeah, that Saturday will be opener. And you can't. Minnesota's 9 a.m. for you can hunt start at 9.
I feel like that's a lot of places because I've been out west and it was the same thing.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I thought it was awesome.
You
don't have to get up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah. No, and so it'll be hopefully nice because you're going after birds that haven't been shot at, like you said, early season goose all year, and Rogan's gonna be going on year 7. He's laying around here somewhere.
He's over there.
Going on year 7 for pheasant hunting, so
yeah.
It'll be a good time.
Pretty good pheasant hunting dog.
Yeah, he's better at that than
goose and duck.
Goose and duck, yeah.
I mean, he did good this weekend. Though.
He did good this weekend. He actually didn't. He does stay steady to shot, which we've been working on. And so that's good. I mean, he didn't go out until we start shooting. So as long as he's not busting birds before we get a shot at him, I'm happy.
That's another whole element to bird hunting. If people have a dog, it's like I had a dog and I trained it for a good solid year. And if you don't stay committed, you're committed to. Yeah, I did.
Yearish.
Hear that? I like taking my dog out.
A few months.
Yeah. She loves hunting. I take her out even though maybe she doesn't retrieve them.
Yeah.
As long as she's safe about it, she's excited to go. I have like the Dakota, dog decoy blind or what.
Yeah.
And so, I'm able to keep her in the blind until we're all like safe to go,
to go.
So she's not running out there.
Yep.
But she gets amped when she sees geese.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you see.
She's excited. Yeah.
She's excited. And so
if we started yelling geese, she'd probably come running.
She probably would. She loves geese.
Yeah.
And just hunting in general. But, that's the one thing maybe I wish I was a little bit better at is actually training my dog. But once again, that's like a full-time job doing that. You got to be committed. And sometimes you do have to go back to the basics if they're not. But that's kind of where I'm at, I feel like. With Molly.
Just go back to the beginning.
Well, and it's repetition. It's you don't need necessarily to do like, for the average guy who's just training his own dog. My opinion, you don't need to do like 2 hours straight of training. No. It's like do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, 10 minutes in the evening, and just work on, like you said, the basics.
The basics.
Holding, staying steady. Healing up, that kind of stuff.
And that's the whole thing. Like I'm not if I'm going out with a big group of people, I won't bring her out. But if it's just me and my other friend who's training his dog, we'll bring our dog out because it's just me and him, and we don't really we're out. We're not expecting the dog to be amazing.
Hunting with us, bring her.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. She loves going out, and so
you can bring her to pheasant hunting.
I think I am. Maybe that's something that will like help with the basics once again. I've taken her once. Maybe, I know. I just gotta run around.
Get out there.
Get out there. No, I took her pheasant hunting once at a pheasant farm, and she really enjoyed that. She did pretty good. I like staying relatively close.
Yeah.
I gotta getting them because they'll sometimes get on that scent, and she did that once.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, the pheasant's
flushing 80 yards
away, and you're like, "Where'd my dog go?"
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'll be something. Retrieving. She was retrieving geese.
Last year.
The year before.
Oh, okay.
Last year was difficult. I took her a couple times, and I think with geese, I started her with geese, and that's something you definitely never do.
Sure.
And so I think pheasants will be a lot better to actually have her open her mouth more, because I think with geese, she's not opening her mouth all the way up, and she's just grabbing feathers, and she's trying to pick it up.
Yeah.
She's just grabbing feathers. So and so it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But maybe
she's just a little puppy.
Yeah.
She is. I mean, that's when I told myself I was going to train her myself. I said, I really just want a good home dog.
Yeah.
And that's what
Hunting
she is.
every once in a while.
I don't need Stone Cold Killer that's just gonna.
Yeah. You don't need an Oakley.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's just
Sure.
pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
So that's what I got.
There you go.
Will I change it up in the future? I might.
Just get another dog.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
My wife would love that.
Well, there you go. You're ready. So you got ducks. Or you said mixing some duck hunting up in the cross.
Yeah, and then bow hunting for sure. The rod I have. There's, it's like I said, things have changed where you move away from where you previously hunted, and so now because the cross is it's a 6 hour you're driving in a weekend, and if you're doing that a couple weekends in a row just to go bow hunting, that's a difficult thing. So I've been starting to set up like a solid weekend. Where you take a couple days off.
Yeah.
During the
Take
ride
Friday,
where I
Monday
come
off.
up, hang out with my cousin, friends, and get some good bow hunting in on his property.
Mhm.
And so that will be, I have around the Halloween, I took off a couple days there and then the weekend after. So kind of getting into the nice rut part. Hopefully that's one of it is.
You say you come up and you hang out with your cousins and your friends, but you never let me know when you're up there.
Shots fired. And we're gonna cut now.
Yeah. Shots fired. Yeah, Joey. We'll talk about that now.
Yeah.
So that and then usually gun season is usually time, and then sometimes they do. We have T-zone, which is antlerless doe only.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have a lot of does up by my cousin, and so sometimes we like to do a little herd management.
Do a little doe patrol.
Because ultimately, if you have a lot of deer in a small area, that's when you get CWD issues, things like that, and so a little bit more conservation, I guess you could say.
Sure.
And then, I don't know, I always say every year that I'm going to do late season bow hunting, but by the time late season bow hunting gets around, I'm kind of like burnt out.
You're done.
Of hunting. It's,
It's
every
cold.
weekend. It's cold.
Yeah. I quit saying I'm going to hunt late season years ago.
Yeah.
'Cause I just never did.
It just never happens.
Yeah.
Last
you
year,
guys do have a later gun.
Yeah, our gun
So that's
season
part
goes
of
to
it.
like
You guys have
December.
your metro.
Yeah, our gun season goes like December 8th or 9th or something.
So like Minnesota, you're done by gun hunting usually by Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
There's a couple management zones
It's
where
late
there's
this
like
year. For
Yeah.
gun season. And
I didn't even look.
Wisconsin, I want to say.
it's probably the 16th is opener, right?
Whatever
I don't even
weekend
know.
that is.
Whatever.
It's like-
Thanksgiving's late this year, I feel like, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
It
always
is.
the fourth. What, fourth Thursday? Yeah. Yeah.
It's always the fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it is interesting because like you bring that up because like Minnesota, like duck hunting's done before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Just how it lays out.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't even know when. I don't really pay attention to duck hunting, to be honest, too much,
Mhm.
just because I usually
don't do it a lot.
I don't do it a lot
Yep.
down here. But I did, on top of getting the permission for that property, for the deer hunting.
Yep.
It has a canal, and when I was sitting there along the canal, where the water and there's ducks flying around.
Pouring in.
I'm like, well, I know what I'm going to be doing after I'm done bow
Late
hunting.
season. Yeah.
A little late season duck hunting. And that was, we went up there. You're not like on a flyway highway where they're just constantly
Pouring in.
flying. It's
Yeah.
just, you might get a couple shots real quick, a group or two of ducks flying around, and that's about it.
Yep.
But it's just fun to get out there.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of cool hunting on a small little creek that
So what'd you guys use for hiding?
we literally just laid
Just
on
hit
it.
it.
We
Hit it
literally
on
laid in the
bush.
tall grass along the side of the canal. Because it's kind of there's kind of like a
Deep. Yeah.
deep. It's a deeper creek. So, it's honestly, up to maybe your knees. So you don't have to.
Yeah.
Maybe if I was to do it differently, I might maybe actually bring like an A-frame out. But there's kind of issues, because one landowner on one side and then there's another landowner. So you gotta, be strategic in how you're going to do it because I don't have permission to hunt the other side.
Yep.
But obviously, if you're in the canal,
It's water.
and they're okay with it. I've already talked to them.
Yeah.
They just didn't want me going and hunting on their property.
Yeah.
Which I get.
Yep.
So, you got to be strategic about it. But yeah, I don't know. It's fall, guys.
Yeah.
It's fall.
So we'll have to do.
It's here.
I will have to come back here for late season goose, and then do a recap of our
of a hunting
our
season.
hunt season.
Yeah.
And then
I agree. I
knock
think
it
that's a
out
good
with,
idea. Yeah. And then you and Noah are going to come do some drywall for me, right?
sounds good. Studs are up. We'll come down. We'll do a late season goose hunt. Do some drywall. Do a little podcast.
Sounds
in,
exciting.
That'll be that.
I can guarantee you drywall.
Perfect.
Oh,
Not geese.
Yeah.
He'll show up. He doesn't have the driveway.
Yeah. No, we gotta go get it. We gotta go pick it up.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, before we close, I know we started doing this lately on our episodes. We'll do a little quick fire questions. So
Oh, geez.
for each of you. So if you, well, like this weekend, early morning, going to the Goose Blind, what's your go-to snack and drink from Quick Trip?
Oh, I usually get water. That's one thing.
Yeah. Smart.
I need caffeine of some sort. Been really into Celsius, but you hear those rumors that they're bad for you.
So
I
you
don't
stick
really
with-
know.
Just stick with the black coffee.
Black
Everything's
coffee.
bad for you. Yeah.
Everything
Black
you have.
coffee.
And to get specific, I really enjoy the core water.
Oh, boy.
Going a little Gucci here.
Yeah, you're fancy.
I'm the Ice Mountain.
Oh,
I like Ice
boy.
Mountain.
Yeah.
So that I've been trying to do some intermittent fasting, so maybe not eating
As much.
in the morning.
Yeah.
But such is life.
Yeah. Joey?
Yeah. Well, I would get a water too, and
Yeah.
then a black coffee. I'm not a huge fan of the black coffee at Quick Trip,
Oh.
but
That's a hot
shots
take.
fired
Hot
again.
take.
No sponsorship here.
I'm a Folgers guy, you know.
Oh, yeah. Nothing better than waking up, right?
Folgers in your cup. Yeah, definitely. So, Ice Mountain water,
Yeah.
some kind of coffee,
Yep.
and then I'll probably either get a couple sandwiches off the
Couple breakfast sandwiches.
You don't get you got donuts yesterday.
That was new.
Oh.
I actually got it because I thought, well, you guys might like them. Nobody ate any.
I had.
Oh, you did?
after,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sandman one.
Oh,
Sandman one.
okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ate 'em up.
I did eat 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just like a bag of beef jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's expensive, but it's good.
Every once in a while,
Little
it's
protein.
nice to splurge.
Yeah.
All right, if you could only pick one, are you going to bow hunt or gun hunt for deer?
Oh wow.
Only one. You're limited to one for
Bow
the rest of
hunting
your
is
life.
longer.
Yeah.
But if I was saying if I just bow hunt and I could still like be part of the deer camp,
Oh, okay.
you know what I'm saying?
He's gonna win on a technicality there.
Yeah.
Now I'm still gonna say gun hunting, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Bow hunting.
Bow hunting. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? All right. Last one. No, money's not an issue. Dream hunt. You can go. You basically until you harvest the animal. What's your dream hunt? You know what I'm saying? Money's not an issue. You could go anywhere in the world, hunt any species. What is it? Where and what?
Whew. So I mean, for me, I was like, besides birds, I haven't done any other like elk or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's always
Yep.
been whitetail.
Sure.
And I have shot a couple big bucks, but I want to shoot a monster whitetail.
Yeah.
I was kind
I
of
would-
between that and elk hunting, to be honest. A monster.
I
if
thought
could
you would have
shoot
said
it-
elk.
So
I
if
was
you could
gonna
shoot
say
like a
elk.
180 plus inch whitetail, right?
Yeah,
Where are you going for it?
probably Iowa.
Iowa.
Isn't
That's what they say. I've never
That's-
hunted
yeah.
it, but
Nebraska like a big one too?
Nebraska's good. Yeah. Yep.
I would do that somewhere like where it's like flat.
I don't like walking in.
I want to shoot
they're
it.
really getting to know you.
I want to shoot it like 400, 500
Podcast
yards.
stations getting to know you.
Yeah. The people of America. Yeah.
Joey wants flat. He doesn't.
Flatlander.
So you probably wouldn't like elk hunting then.
I would not. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it would be fun, but I'm not in shape. I gotta get in shape if I'm going to do something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
It'd be either elk, archery elk at like a nice big
Colorado or where are you going?
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
Is that where you went?
That's where he
No.
wants to go.
That's where I want to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I got
Okay.
a couple points.
He's got a couple hot little places that he might be able to get into.
Yeah,
So
we'll see.
Yeah. Sweet. Well,
Yeah.
it's been a.
What's your? You never told us what yours was.
I always stick to, I don't know why, but it's the Brooks Range caribou hunt, fly-in.
You really?
I don't, it's not like it'd be a crazy, I don't, maybe not the right word is crazy hard hunt, but it would be, I think the fly-in part would be just the
Yeah.
coolness of just complete.
Fly in.
I was asking.
I'll fly in, it's quicker.
I'm sure we'll talk about it in another podcast sometime, but when Pete and I went elk hunting, I was asking him that. I'm like, do you think you'd like being in the backcountry living in a tent for 2 weeks? Like if you were to do a long-term like hunt.
Interesting.
Like a moose hunt, archery or something.
The bugs, that's like, that would be the only deterrent for, like, I will go on a moose hunt someday, but like, that's going to be because I hate mosquitoes.
Oh, they're terrible.
Yeah. And they're bad up there.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been, but I hear they're like a lot bigger.
They'll carry you away.
Rumors.
Well, like, where in Alaska? Or?
Yeah, Alaska or Canada.
Alaska, they're bad.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've been there, worked there for 3 months, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen things. Yeah, so that's mine, but anyways, it's been a successful Goose Fest. We didn't get skunked, so.
We didn't get skunked.
We did that first evening and morning was pretty solid. You know, we had some, like you said, we had tried to make some adjustments on the fly, and that's what hunting's about, learning each time and getting a little bit better. And so then Goose Fest 2025,
and that's the whole thing.
Or Goose Fest 2.0 late season.
Yeah,
it's going to be fire.
When you try to plan ahead of like what weekend is
it's
Goose
impossible.
Fest, you don't know when a field's going to be cut,
or
you don't know what the weather's going to be.
Like we would have probably gone up this morning if it wasn't thunderstorming. Yeah. 3 inches of rain, and it's like so
it's really tough to.
Joey's done.
Joey was done hunting. It's kind of impossible to really plan ahead like that, but that's for another podcast.
Yeah. Goose Fest, or late season Goose
Fest. Late season Goose Fest
2.0.
With drywall.
Goose and drywall. And here you go. Yeah. Well, boys, it was fun. Thank you for hopping on. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for coming. Drive safe today.
Oh, yeah.
First time caller, long time listener.
Yeah. Yeah, Joey's
This is the infamous Joey, if no one's realized that by the podcast. This is me.
Heck yeah, love it. Sweet, well, we'll wrap it up, and we'll either have you guys back on maybe for Pheasant Fest or late season Goose, or
works for me.
Until our paths cross on the next adventure.
Exactly.
Good.
Peace out.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through faith and the great outdoors. We hope today's episode has inspired you to seek God's presence in the wilderness and deepen your connection with nature. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Wild Faith Podcast on your favorite platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode, and you'll continue to be a part of the Wild Faith Podcast community. We'd also love to hear from our listeners, so please don't hesitate to reach out with your questions, comments, or topic suggestions. You can connect with us on social media or through our website. Your feedback is important to us and helps us improve and tailor our content to better serve you. And always remember, the great outdoors isn't just a playground for hunting and fishing. It's a sanctuary for finding solace and spiritual renewal. As you gear up for that next adventure, I pray you find God's presence in the crackling of a campfire, the thrill of reeling in your catch, or the quiet solitude found in nature. Until next time, thank you for listening to the Wild Faith Podcast. Take care, and God bless.